Guys, we got another green one. Let's go turn that grime into shine. In today's episode, we are discussing how to start a pressure washing business. And I'm going to be doing this voiceover here for you guys over me washing this house. I'm actually downstreaming this house with a 50-50 mix or a 6% solution. So you guys are going to get to see me do quite a bit of cleaning here and home protection and a little plant rinsing at the very end here, because plant protection is very important. So you guys get to learn a little bit of how we at Mr. Bubbles do a house wash. And how we picked up this customer, by the way, is something we're going to be talking about in this video. We picked this up through a 5-around. Now, 5-around is a term that I did not create. I've been using this term myself for like 10 years. I heard this term about 10 years ago on the internet. So what it is when you go out to service a property, you are going to put a flyer on the door to the left, the door to the right, and the 3 houses in front of where you are. Hence the term 5-arounds. And in this case here, we did the house across the street from this one about a week ago. It wasn't me. It was one of my technicians. That technician did the 5-around, and I came out here to do this house here. And you can see this house has a lot of algae. And by the way, you're going to see here in a little bit how dirty this house is in the back. And for you guys that are fairly new and you don't have too much experience in the field yet, I'm going to give you the real quick breakdown of how you do a house wash. First, you want to soap it up, or as we call it in the industry, sauce it up. You want to sauce it up with a cleaning agent. Now, if you don't know anything about that, I'm going to put up here on the screen for you guys my episode 10. You can go back, and this will teach you all the chemicals that you need to be able to succeed in a pressure washing business. And in that episode, there is a calculator in there that will teach you how to make your own bleach. So I highly recommend that. So anyway, back to the house wash. Basically, that's what you see me doing here is you're applying soap, applying the solution. The solution is going to kill all of your outdoor organics like your algae and your mildews and whatnot. And then when the organics are completely gone, then I switch to rinse, and I rinse off all of the chemical off of the walls, off of the windows, and off of the plants. And that's what you're going to see me do here at this job. So, but anyway, back to the task at hand. What we're talking about today is I am going to break this down for you guys in 3 separate parts. So we're going to talk about equipment, the basic level equipment that you need to be able to start your pressure washing business. I'm going to be giving you guys my top 3 marketing tips for new guys. And then also we're going to talk a little bit about administration. Now, if you already have a pressure washing business, this is going to be a great resource for you as well, because in this video, I'm going to share with you some great ideas and tips for how you can pick up customers and also how you can run a better administration system. So let's jump right in. Now, one of the questions that I get asked probably the most or very frequently through email and also in the comment sections of my videos are how to go about starting a pressure washing business. And, I always go back to, all I can talk about, guys, is from my own journey, right? My own experience and things that I've learned through a process of trial and error. And, the question here is that I've seen on YouTube is, can you start a pressure washing business with less than 500? And the short answer to that is yes, because I did it. How I did it? Oh, look, guys, here in the middle, look how dirty this house is. This guy said that he hadn't washed this house in like 10 years or something. I mean, it was, and even in the video, it doesn't do justice for how dirty it was. But that 6%, I mean, man, that thing just annihilated that wall. But anyway, see, when I started my business, I'm in my 11th year now, but we've been through 10 years. When I started my business, guys, I went on Craigslist and I bought a pressure washer for $50. I did not have a hose reel. I did not have what's it called? Like 200 feet of pressure line. I didn't have anything like what would be considered today a professional rig. All I had was a $50 pressure washer, which I think, based on my experience from what I now know about GPMs, I think the gallon per minute on my pump was probably 1.8. And I didn't know anything about chemicals anyway, so it didn't matter. So what I was out there doing was pressure washing. So I bought a used ladder on Craigslist. I had a garden hose that I was using from home and that pressure washer. And what I would do is literally I would just drag the pressure washer around with me to, like, if I was on the left side, that pressure washer was on that side as well. And that's just how I did it. Right. So, I mean, I could sit here and tell you all the mistakes that I made with that. Um, you know, but the bottom line is, can you, without a question, yes, you can start a pressure washing business with less than $500. However, the question that you should be asking yourself is, should you? And I think the answer to that question is no. If you don't have, I would say, at least $3,000 for you to get yourself a semi-professional rig, it's going to be really tough. Now, I did it because, one, I just didn't know. And that's just the bottom line. Back then there wasn't all this knowledge on YouTube, and it wasn't just something that was mainstream like it is today. So I didn't know then what I now know. And, because I didn't know anything, that's what I went out and did. But guess what, guys? I didn't make any money doing that because it was taking me on average 6-7 hours to do one house. And so, with a professional setup, what that's going to offer you is the ability for you to mix your own solution, make your own solution, for you to be able to, you see this house here. This house is 50 feet up. From ground to gutters, 50 feet. How are you going to get up there on a ladder? And you see me here on the video. I'm not using a ladder. I'm using a J-rod. With that J-rod, I can go up to 60, 70 feet with that J-rod. And it's the solution that is doing all the hard work, all the heavy lifting here. I don't have to use ladders. I'm not using pressure. I'm not damaging anything. And this is the soft washing / downstreaming part of the business. This is what's recommended for the manufacturers of the siding. This is what's safe for the siding, right? So, and you're only going to be doing that. You're only going to be able to do that with professional equipment. And by that, I mean at least a 4-gallon-a-minute machine. So what I went ahead and did for you guys is, underneath in the description below, I actually have a starter sort of kit set up for you guys that you can order online. And my recommendation for you guys is this. Now, if you're listening to this and you already have a business, great. That's great. But you're still going to be able to learn from everything we're talking about here, because at the end of the day, the business, it's all about acquiring knowledge. Every day you have to grow in some area, whether it's marketing, whether it's administration, whether it's sales. And every single day you have to get better in some area. And you do that every single day, and guess what? Your second month, you're a lot more knowledgeable that month than you were the previous month. And then that following year, you're even more knowledgeable. And that's how you're going to succeed and make a lot of money in this business. So back to the starter kit. So what you're going to do is, I call this program 6 Weeks to Glory. If you're listening to this and you work in a warehouse, or you work, at an office somewhere, or let's say you're listening to this in your car or your truck because you're a driver for FedEx or a delivery company, or you simply have your big truck and you're a truck driver. And you're listening to this and you're dreaming about someday running your own pressure washing business. So what you're going to do is, you're going to little by little acquire all of the equipment that you need. Okay, and that's why I have the list down below. So you're going to buy, 1 week you'll buy a hose reel. The second week you'll buy a hose. The third week you'll buy the ladder rack, and so forth. So eventually you're going to come to a point where you have all the equipment, being the most expensive one, of course, being the pressure washer, which is like right around $1,000. So this whole system there is going to cost you right around 3 grand. So you do that over a period of, however, if 6 weeks is too much for you, then you stretch it out. But this is what the 6 week program is. You're going to get to a point where you're going to acquire all of this equipment, and it's going to be coming in. And what you're going to do is, whether in your garage or in your yard somewhere, on your property there, you're going to put this equipment together. Guys, I do not recommend a new guy order a rig somewhere or have somebody build a rig for them. And the reason for that being is there's an extreme amount, a very, very large amount of knowledge that you will acquire when you build your own rig. Like, you need to learn how to plumb your own tank. You need to learn how to add a filter to your tank. You need to learn how to do your own bypass line and what that is. You need to learn all of these things, because here's the thing. I can't even sit here and do a video that would be long enough for me to tell you all of the times in the field where I had some kind of problem with my rig. But guess what? Because I built it, I was able to diagnose it in a snap of a finger and fix the problem and move on. So what happens is, if you have somebody build a rig for you, the problem with you when you're new is you don't know everything on there and how it works. So when you go out in the field, and invariably you will have some kind of problem at some point with it, you won't be able to do anything with it. So I don't recommend that for you. So back to the 6 week thing. So what you're going to do is, at the end of that 6 weeks, you're going to have all of the equipment. You're going to build your rig, and you will already have all of that knowledge of each and every little thing, every little fitting, everything, your buffer tank, your sauce tank. You will have knowledge of your entire system and how it flows and how it works. Next, while that is happening in the background, you are acquiring all of the marketing stuff that you're going to need. And now I am going to give you 3. Okay, it's just 3. Now, I'm not even going to talk about Google My Business, because that's an obvious one, and I've talked about that ad nauseum here on my channel. Of course, you should have a Google My Business, because that is free. I'm going to talk about the 3 other things that you can do in the background while you are learning to put your rig together. What you're going to do is, you're going to do a couple of things. One, you're going to wrap your tailgate. Okay, and then also combined with this is, you're going to get 2 magnets. I'm going to explain how you're going to do this. You're going to go down to the what is that place called? The junkyard, and you're going to get a backup tailgate for your truck, right? So let's say you have a Dodge Ram or a Chevy or whatever it is. You get a tailgate, and you're going to order somebody to design for you, right? And it's super easy. All you got to do is measure your tailgate. Let's say your tailgate measures 60 inches by 28 inches, whatever it is. You're going to go on Fiverr.com. I'm going to put up the link here for you guys here on the screen. You're going to go on this website, and you're going to order a designer. They're going to charge you like $40-$50 to design a wrap for you that you're going to send to the wrap company to wrap a tailgate. So now you have the tailgate, right? You're not driving around without a tailgate. That's what the tailgate from the junkyard is for. You're going to wrap that, and once you pick that up, you're going to leave that in your garage there while you are building your rig and learning how to build your rig. And you can YouTube all of this stuff, right? And then at the same time, you're going to go to Vistaprint, and you're going to order 2 of their large magnets. You're going to spend $80 to do this. So now you have your magnets, you have your tailgate, okay? Because you're getting ready to, at the end of the 6 weeks, you're going to launch your business. Whether you're going to do it part-time or full-time, that depends on you. But this is how this 6 weeks to glory program works. In the background, you're getting all the marketing set up while you are learning how to build your rig. So now you have your wrapped tailgate, you have your magnets that's going to go on your truck. The next thing that you're going to order is, you're going to order your 6x9 postcards for your 5-arounds. We talked about this in the beginning. That's how I picked up this house. Now, the way you're going to use your 5-arounds is twofold. One, you're going to drive around to all of the rich houses, rich neighborhoods, houses that are $500,000 and up, and you're just simply going to look for dirty houses. You're going to go up to the door and you're going to leave this flyer in the door. And I'll put up here for you guys on the screen what the front end of my flyer looks like. This is very important. You see on there, guys, where it says your neighbor just got a Mr. Bubbles house wash. That's what you want to put on your flyer. You want to make sure it has that on there because you're creating sales impulse, which is keeping up with the Joneses. So they see that that you did a house in the neighborhood, they become jealous and they want theirs done as well. So you want to get your 5 rounds. You're going to order 5,000 of these for like $400, and that's going to last you months and months and months. Number 3, what you're going to do is you're going to order yourself 100 yard signs. Okay. Now, I'll put up a link here for you guys, IamPrint.com. This is one of the places where you can get them. This is where we order, but there's multiple places where you can order these as well. We really like this place here, and we've been using them for years. Order yourself 100 yard signs. Again, you can get a design at the same place where I just told you about, the Fiverr. So order yourself 100 yard signs. Now, the way you're going to do these is don't do them like everybody else where you're putting them all over town. Don't do that. Put them hidden inside a neighborhood somewhere. This you're using for target marketing. You're going to target certain neighborhoods, and you're not going to put it at the stop sign in the entrance of the neighborhood. You're going to hide it in. You're going to put it inside, really hidden in inside of that neighborhood, where only people in that neighborhood can see it, because your competitors and other companies will tear these down. So you don't want to put them where they're too visible, okay? And the second way is you're going to keep 25, and every time you do a house, you're going to put it on that lawn. And the yard sign's got to say, you know, this house was washed by whatever, Joe Blow Company, whatever the name of your company is. So you got your wrap tailgate, your magnet, your 5 rounds that you're going to target to certain neighborhoods. And you're going to do the 5 rounds when you actually pick up a house. Then you have your 100 yard signs that you're going to put in rich neighborhoods and also in the houses that you do. Guys, that right there will pick you up $2,500 to $3,000 a week worth of business. I promise you that. Now, I don't recommend you quit your job until you have at least a year under your belt, and you understand how your rig works, and you understand how to do house washes and this marketing, and you're applying it and you're seeing the results out in the field. But I promise you, if you do this, you will pick up $2,500 to $3,000 a month. A week. So you're looking at about $10,000 to $12,000 a month worth of work that you're going to be able to do for yourself. Next, what you're going to do at the same time is you're going to research, and you are going to really dive into a good CRM program. Now, I'm going to put a list up here for you guys for my top 5, and they are Markate, Yardbook, Responsibid, HubSpot, and Jobber. Guys, any one of these, just pick one. This is what's going to be, this is the brainchild that's going to run your company. CRM, Customer Relations Management. This is how you will send invoices. This is how you will communicate with customers. It's going to help you down the line when it comes to sales, creating sales for you. It's going to keep you organized, good administration. It's also the best way for you to be able to have good customer service, because you always have your customers' information at your fingertips. You're able to print out receipts and give it to them when you go do the job. You print out a receipt in the morning and you take it to them. All of these things, guys, make you look a lot more professional. And a CRM program is going to help you organize your business, and it's going to help you to be able to have all your customers' information, their database, stored in one place at your fingertips. So you want to make sure that you get a good one. Again, to me, it does not matter. We use Markate, but any one of these right here on this list, guys, you cannot go wrong. Just pick one, learn, and go from there. Okay? And you're going to see it's going to be a huge difference for you if you do these things. But that's all I got for you guys today. I really, really appreciate you coming to my channel and watching this how to start a pressure washing business video. I also highly recommend you watch the next one as well. Guys, in that episode, I'm going to share with you the 5 things that I think you should focus on, because it's the 5 things that's going to make you the most amount of money. And oh, by the way, if you have any questions for me, you can find my email in the description below. And I absolutely love hearing from you guys. So I answer every single one of my emails. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.